Good morning, you guys. Happy Thursday. Unfortunately, it's a rainy one. So I hope you did your core yoga workout this morning. I did. I've been trying to do it every day with you guys, and I'm always amazed at how much you can get done in 10 minutes. So hope you're feeling a little fire in your belly. Did you know that today is the supermoon? So if you feel like with the rain and the moon, even though we can't see it, if you feel a little tired, if you're having crazy dreams, you're not alone. Me too. So I'm pretty sensitive to stuff like that. But I just wanted to mention it in case you aren't sort of in tune with the full moon. It's not the full moon, it's actually the new moon, but it happens to be a super moon too. So, it pulls on the tides. It affects so much. It affects the animals. If you know anybody who's a nurse or a doctor and they work in an emergency room, they will tell you too that things change. So don't think that it doesn't have an effect on you, because it probably does. So one of the things I did this morning, because my energy is a little low today, just from the rain and probably the moon, is my favorite little concoction is peppermint oil, if you can see it with the lighting, peppermint oil and orange, wild orange. You just put a little dab of that on your wrists or in your palms, rub it, smell it, put it on your neck and stuff. I just love that combination when I'm feeling a little like I'm dragging. I use doTERRA oils. You guys are more than welcome to reach out to me. I have an essential oils kit that can get you started if you're interested in adding more essential oils. I use them for cleaning. I use them for everything really. So heads up on that. So I wanted to share with you a couple things, my little creations today. First of all, I ate half of them yesterday, but here's my sprouts, my done sprouts. So I started these on Sunday, and I can't get the jar open. Let me see here if I can finagle this open. My hands are a little slippery because I just put essential oils on, so that's why, right? Anyway, here are my sprouts. Now these are mung beans and fenugreek, and see how they have all the little tails, and I ate a good bit of them yesterday, but I just wanted to share with you, in a couple days you have food if you're making your sprouts. Again, you can buy them at the store too, but just like anything else, if you make them yourself or sprout them yourself, you're not making them, but you're sprouting them yourself, they're fresh, and you don't know how long the sprouts in the store have been sitting there, right? So, fresh is always better. Making them yourself is less expensive too. I just put lemon, olive oil, sea salt, and avocado on my sprouts, and then had them with a salad. So they're really, really good. And in addition to that, I got a little creative this morning. I haven't eaten this yet. I tasted it. I haven't eaten it. I don't know if you can see. I made because I don't want it to slide out, I made a smoothie bowl based on the recipe that I gave you with the orange creamsicle smoothie. I made a smoothie bowl, and I got a little fun decorating it. And I don't know if you got any of the kumquats. I had to cut one of these. This is the first time I've used kumquats. They're like little mini oranges. They're so cute, so fun. I put about 10 of those in. I put coconut oil. I used kefir, I used collagen, half collagen, half of the Sun Warrior vanilla protein, and I actually put a little bit of Chef Paige's homemade vanilla in it as well, and it's so good. It's really good. So it's kind of more of a day for oatmeal today than a smoothie bowl, but whatever. It's orange, and so that's always energizing and uplifting. So, I forgot to say, so when you're making your smoothie bowls, get a little, your kids will like this too, get a little decorative. This has cacao nibs, which, I'm a big fan of because they're high in magnesium. Pepitas, which are high in, they're little powerhouses too, high in zinc and I think magnesium too. I eat pepitas pretty much like every day. Sunflower seeds and chia seeds, which I'm a huge fan of. All of those little superfoods added on top, and you can make a little decoration. Of course, there's orange slices as well. Okay, so make your smoothie bowls. I hope you are. And once the weather gets a little nicer after Memorial Day, you can keep these recipes as long as you want and keep playing with them. Same thing with the yoga videos that I sent you via email. Keep those emails and use them throughout the summer if you want to. That's awesome. I had a question yesterday from Megan about bone broth protein versus collagen. And so I think I've mentioned to you, I actually just got this Further collagen. I just got this. I haven't tried it yet, you know, and the regular collagen. Now I like these because they don't have to be mixed in hot water. If you get the bone broth protein, I believe, and I haven't experimented with it yet, so if you guys experiment with it, bone broth protein, I think it has to be in hot, you have to dissolve it in hot water, whereas this collagen dissolves in cold water. You can put it in smoothies, you can put it in your smoothie bowls, and that's why I like that. You can drink it first when you're having your big glass of water, which I know you are. You're getting up in the morning, you're having your big glass of water before you have your tea or anything else. You can add collagen to it, you know, and then bam, you're getting protein and amino acids with your hydration, so that's good too. So, you know, there's so many products on the market, right? I don't try them all. I can't experiment with all of it. So experiment, see what you like. Just, you know, do your research with it. All right, so we're going to talk today about the circle of life. So I sent you guys yesterday, and I meant to talk about this on my Facebook Live yesterday. I sent you a PDF file with a handout that looks sort of like this. This is from my nutrition school book. Anybody who's interested, I mean, a lot of people go to the school just as moms to learn how to feed their kids healthier or take care of their families better. But of course I went to school, to the nutrition school for health coaching. But it comes with, I just love sharing this with my private clients as well. I just thought it would be fun to share with you guys. The circle of life and the primary foods, it's a little confusing, has nothing to do really with the food that you're eating at all. It's not, you know, your steak and potatoes and your salads and your apples and your carrot. It has nothing to do with food. It has to do with how you're taking care of yourself and your life balance. So you'll see when you look at your flyer, you know, and you probably want to print this one out, by the way, so that you can doodle on it. You're supposed to, as you're looking at each of these different sections of your life, you know, you do a line like, where's your joy factor? Where's your creativity? How's your career? How are your relationships? And you sort of, you know, draw a line around, you know, if 10 being out here at the outside perimeter and 1 being at the inside, you know, and you'll see then visually how your life balance is, because most people aren't going to have a perfect circle that goes the whole way around like that, right? I know I don't. So it's about, you know, here's the thing. You could be eating all of the healthy food in the world, and if you're not sleeping at night, if you're stressed to the max, if your marriage is falling apart, if you hate your job, all of those things affect our health. So what we eat is really, really important, and it's going to make, if you practice yoga and you eat well, it's going to make the other things in your life easier, right? But it's not going to change it. It's not going to, you know, I always say, like doing an hour of yoga in the morning and then you go and somebody cuts you off in traffic or is tailgating you. It's not changing that. Someone's still going to cut you off in traffic. Someone's still going to tailgate you every single day if you live in my area. But, you know, practicing yoga and taking better care of yourself makes it a little bit easier, right? You can let that roll off of you. You can be like, that's that person's thing. That has nothing to do with me, right? So it helps with the stress. It helps you be a little bit more resilient, but it's not going to change anything. That's why I love this circle of life and talking about primary foods. How do you, spiritually, where are you? How do you fill your cup beyond your physical cup? Creativity is a big one for me. I just love being creative. I make mosaics all the time. For some of you who are my friends have received gifts from me that are my mosaics. I love that. I love repainting furniture. My sister's the same way. I love just being creative in general. And when that's missing, when I get really busy, and I don't have time to be creative, it bothers me. I don't love that. So sometimes I'll just take a day off and I'll just play. I'll garden and I'll do mosaics, and that brings me so much joy. So think about a time in your life when time disappears, or maybe when you were in love. You know how when you're in love, you just, nothing matters. It could be a rainy day, it can be Monday, it can be whatever, and it doesn't matter because you're in love. I mean, what's a better feeling than that? So that's what I'm talking about. It's the emotions. And when we started the program, especially for those of you who were in the January Jumpstart and in the April Spring Supercharge program, and we talked about how do you want to feel, that really applies to this whole circle of life too. And it's a balance. How are your finances? I'm not great with money. Anybody who works with me knows that it's, if I could do all of this that I do for free, I would totally do that. But I have to buy groceries and pay my bills too. So I can't do it for free, but it's not my strength. So that's a weak part for me in my circle of life. And we could go through each and every one, but it doesn't matter about me. What matters is how you feel, and taking the time to just evaluate your life as a big picture. So this is more like life coach stuff. This is more, I'm a health coach, but we have to realize that what we eat is not the whole picture, okay? So hopefully that makes sense to you now. Go ahead and print out that flyer that I gave you. Take 10, 15 minutes, an hour, contemplate the balance of your life. And, maybe you'll get some epiphany. And again, remember that all of these superfoods and yoga are amazing, and they will definitely lift your energy and make it easier for you to deal with the stresses of life. But there might be something else kind of going underground. And just remember this too, and I know we've talked about this a little bit in the Spring Supercharge more in depth, that stress raises your cortisol levels. And chronic stress is not good. So cortisol is not a bad thing. We sort of think like if you're sort of reading about this a little bit, cortisol is a good thing. Like fight or flight, your cortisol raises so that you can survive. Like something happens to you, you're getting chased, you're in a bad situation, your cortisol will raise in a good way to save you, to make you more able to fight, right? But the situation that we have now is that we're in a chronic state of stress, and that raises our cortisol levels in a bad way, and that's not good. So and that can make you gain weight, especially around the midsection. So that's why we look at how's your sleep, how is your stress, how are your relationships, okay? Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense to everyone. All right, so what else? I think that's pretty much it for today. Remember this weekend, it's Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully the sun comes out and dries all this rain out. Go to your farmers markets this weekend too. Restock, continue to play with all of the recipes that I've given you, and have fun with it and be creative. So you can use your creativity with your your circle of life outlet with your cooking too, because some people just love to cook. Some people hate to cook. But if cooking brings you joy, then cooking at home, making foods for other people, nourishing your own body rather than just fast food that is nourishing on 0 levels, then use that as a creative outlet for you and make it part of your primary foods. Okay, so one more little thing. This is sort of funny. If anybody has any suggestions for this, I bought, how aloe, one of your recipes has aloe juice in it. Well, I was in the store the other day in a small town in Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from, and they did have aloe juice, but they also had randomly aloe, like big, juicy, big, full aloe. I was like, these are $1 a piece. So I bought them. I have no idea what to do with them. I'm going to make my own aloe juice and maybe skin concoction or something. So if you've ever bought this before and you have any suggestions for me, I'm wide open to your suggestions. Okay, so that's a wrap. Let's see. Let's do a little quote for the day. Oh, this is good for your farmer's market adventure this weekend. We pay the doctor to make us better when we really should be paying the farmer to keep us healthy and to support the local economy and eat local and in season. So again, just a reminder that what we eat in the summer, for me anyway, what I eat in the summer is completely different from what I eat in the fall, in the winter. So remember to eat with the seasons, eat local as much as possible, eat fresh, and enjoy your food. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, you guys. Have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye.